Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. In this video, I'll speak about USDCAD. And as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I'll cover the technical aspect for this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, which is what the big players in the market are doing and how they're moving and shifting their orders, which you see right here. And by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which at the moment is testing a quite strong monthly demand and support zone, which is the area created by this trend line. In fact, what we know is that so far the market has been creating a series of higher lows, and right now we are at a new higher low area. Now, if the market is to reject this zone, the next logical target would be the horizontal structured zone, which was created back here when we were in 2023 with this first rejection to the downside, because throughout the years this level has continued acting as strong resistance. Right now the market has broken it to the downside, so essentially what we have is this previous level of resistance, which now is again acting as resistance. The market is at a higher low area, potentially rejecting this trend line, so the first upside target would easily be this supply and resistance zone, which means that there is some area of price that the market can easily cover in order to go and test what kind of liquidity there is inside of this zone. So by looking at this market from a monthly standpoint, it seems quite clear that there is room for more bullish price action. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, here in the weekly, what we can notice is that the market just shifted from a bearish market with the creation of weekly lower lows and lower highs to now having this double bottom created at this zone. So the market seems to have bottomed out at this previous support and demand zone, which means that there is room for more bullish price action away from this zone, especially if the market will manage to break above this level. Because if the market will manage to break above this previous resistance, then we will have a successful inversion of trend. So the market will have shifted from weekly lower lows and lower highs to higher highs and higher lows. So from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. Now, this level can be seen even more clearly if we drop down on the daily time frame. It appears quite clear how all this zone is the previous level of supply and resistance from which all these rejections to the downside were created. And if the market will successfully break above that zone, all this previous resistance would become support here. In that case, there is the possibility, especially if after the break, the market will go and retest this zone, to see institutional buying inside of this area. And by institutional buying, I mean that if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, we want to see institutions short the CAD. Now, why do we want to see institutions short the CAD? Because on the spot, all currencies are traded against the USD. So if we're looking at the data for the CAD, what we are actually already looking at is CAD USD. But since we are analyzing USD CAD, we simply have to reverse everything, which means that if institutions are shorting the CAD, they are longing USD CAD, obviously. So what we can see here is that net positions went from minus 53.1K to minus 71.6K. So we had a clear decrease in net positions, which means that institutions have added shorts on the CAD, 6,000 shorts added with the previous report and 6,000 with the current report, and institutions are closing longs, 1,800 closed with the previous report and 3,100 with the one before. So essentially we are seeing institutions decrease their longs and increase their shorts, going from 78K to 91K from an institutional perspective, and longs decreasing from 28K to 20K. So Clearly, institutions are moving back to the bearish side for the CAD, which means to the bullish side for USD-CAD, because again, all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So let's keep all of this in mind and move back to the chart. So if USD-CAD will actually break and retest this zone, what would I expect? Well, first of all, we will have some confluence of support, because in the case the market manages to break and retest, we will also have the confluences of the Fibonacci levels taken from the low to the high of the impulse leg, most likely the 0.32, 50%, and 0.618, which means that we have an even stronger demand and support zone, increasing the probabilities of seeing more institutional buying inside of this level. And by the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you'll find linked in the description so you never miss new updates. Now, back to the analysis. So if we will see this break and retest, what would I expect? Well, as usual, and as my students know very well, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes combined with the COT data, those are the best timeframes when it comes to directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying early shifts in the trend of a market, the best timeframes for that are the intraday timeframes, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect is that if this market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market, I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential reversal to the upside away from this area for the market to complete this daily impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. That definitely wouldn't surprise me. Now, if you want to learn more, I really recommend that you go and check out my website, which is linked in the description, because what you see me share here on YouTube is actually just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, if you head over to the website in the description, you will have the possibility to join the best trading program on the planet. You will gain access to all the courses ranging from the very basics of charting all the way to the more advanced topics like building automated trading strategies using the MQL4 programming language, building portfolios of strategies using quantitative finance tools like the Quant Analyzer, and much more. You will have the possibility, in fact, to gain access to the trading station software with the Telegram notifications integration, one-on-one private mentoring directly with me, the COT data software, which often you see me use directly in my YouTube videos, on all my platforms actually. And if you scroll down, you will see that you also have the possibility to get the integration. So all my EAs, which you find here presented one by one directly on the website. And you also have the possibility to gain access to my live trading show. So I live stream of all the trades on my live account as they're opened, closed, trade, and obviously managed. And if you continue to scroll down, you will see that you have the possibility to join just after here the testimonials and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout process. So I really suggest that at least you go and check it out. The link is in the description and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click on the like button. Also, let me know in the comments below any new pairs that you would like me to cover in my next videos. Also, any questions you have, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss new updates, and I will see you in my next video.